Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading. Today we are going to do a mini individual reading for Gaeul of IVE. Now, I know it's been a while since I've last done a reading for an IVE member, so I'm sorry for that, but don't worry, I have not forgotten about them. I'm just going at turtle pace to get them done. So, with that, in this video, we are going to check 4 different areas of her life. We're going to check her current energy, her career, her love life, and any healing messages that come through. You will see them like this. And we're just going to jump in to figure out how is she currently doing. So how is Gaeul currently doing? Let's figure that out. Now, I hope I'm saying her name right. I was watching a video and I heard her name like once. And I was like, okay, that's how she says it. So forgive me. How is she currently doing? Oh. Whoa. Okay, so I know that she's the oldest one in the group, so there's like this sense of leadership that's coming through for her. We have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Give me a second. Oh, it is a king as well. I thought it was the Knight of Wands, but no, it's the King of Swords reverse and the Hierophant. So it kind of feels that, yeah, there's this strong leadership energy that she's carrying with her. So it seems like she is either taking charge of her life, taking control, and, she's driving around and doing her own thing right now for her own life. Or she is taking the leadership role very seriously right now because she's needed for something. Now, I find it very interesting. There's a very strong masculine energy within her. So I'm not saying she's a dude. All I'm saying is that she is right now carrying the energy of an initiator, right? Someone that's taking the first step, someone that is pushing forward, someone that instead of thinking, they're acting, that kind of thing, right? She's taking action and moving forward. Which, feminine energy is usually one that is a bit more receptive, a bit more laid back, and one that observes more a little bit, and it's a little bit sneakier instead of just doing things up front, right? So that's what I'm getting at. She's carrying on with her masculine energy very strongly. So we have the King of Wands, which is Aries energy, the King of Swords reverse, which is Libra energy, and the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. So, here we have Venus with Libra and Taurus. So, okay, let's actually look at the cards now. So, it kind of feels like right now she is taking action, making decisions, barking orders, telling people this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it. There's a natural leadership that's coming with her, or currently she's in the energy of she's but using her leadership skills to her utmost right now. Like, that's the most important thing and the main focus of her right now. But yeah. With the King of Wands, it kind of shows that right now she has the knowledge or the patience. Well, patience is not a word that comes with the King of Wands, but she kind of already knows when to take action. She knows it's the right time, and therefore she is focusing on that. She knows how to go about it, and she seems like she has transformed and is ready to, with these feathers right here, it makes me think of peacock feathers, which shows that she is very confident. She's ready to be under the spotlight. Now, this King of Wands, I'm not too sure what fairy tale is supposed to be after, but with the sun and the fire on the wings, it makes me think of a phoenix of sorts. So I do feel that there's this sense of like soaring or flying high of sorts, and she's ready to take action. But there's also this other energy within her that is a bit reluctant, and that's because she is thinking of all of the possibilities and all of the ways that something can be done, right? So here we have technically 2 opposing signs, Aries and Libra energy. Now they both have very similar goals, very similar focuses. The difference is their approach about doing things, right? An Aries will act before thinking, and a Libra will probably try to think a little bit before doing something, right? But yeah, very similar. Now with the King of Swords reversed, it kind of shows that I don't think communication is an issue with her, even though swords talk about communication, thoughts, and it also talks about our intellect, right? So I don't really feel that communication is an issue with Gaeul. I do feel that her main issue right now is to she may be doubting her reasoning, or she may be doubting her judgment. I do feel that her idea, like she may have an idea of how she wants to go about something, and she's taking action according to that plan. However, I do feel that sometimes when she's looking at all of the possibilities and all the other sides and all the other potentials out there, she starts not necessarily fully doubting herself to the point that she starts questioning everything. Like, no existential crisis over here. It's more along the lines that she starts thinking, you know, is this really the most effective way to do something? Is this the best idea? You know, she starts maybe second guessing herself, and her judgment could get clouded a little bit. But I don't think this has reached the point where it interferes with her plans or with her journey or with her path. So I don't see anything too bad. If I'm correct, she is a Libra, so if that's the case, I guess it makes sense that she may be a bit indecisive sometimes. And what I mean by that is that she's able to see the other possibilities, and it's kind of like, okay, which one's the best one, right? Especially if she wants to quickly get to something, she may kind of go like, okay, is this really the most effective way I can do something, right? There's always a better way to do something. So I think she's constantly adjusting her plan. And because of that, there's a sense of maybe she sometimes doubts if she's doing the right thing. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Hierophant. The Hierophant it's about a leader, but I see it more as a teacher, right? So I do feel that maybe in the future, she's going to need a little bit more of guidance, or she will need someone that can show her an even like a third path, even if that makes sense, right? So the Hierophant is usually like a sort of spiritual leader. Is usually someone that, you know, been there, done that type of energy, or at least to me, that's kind of what it shows. Also, the Hierophant with this Taurus energy, we're talking about someone that is very persistent, someone that is very resilient, and someone that goes one step at a time. So it's a bit of a slower moving energy compared to this cardinal energy that we have with the King of Wands and the King of Swords, right? You know, there's this maturity that she already has that is very helpful, beneficial. Seems like she already has the knowledge to do something. However, with this Hierophant, there's this sense of like, I feel like someone's going to come into her life. It could be someone a bit older, or just someone that has a bit more experience with what she's working on right now. And this person will be able to give her a little bit more knowledge, or will be able to help her see the bigger picture of what she's doing. Now, since we have Libra and Taurus with these two cards, I do feel that she may be doing a project that has to do with beauty, or has to do with satisfaction or self-healing or something along those lines. So I do feel that she could have someone that may be helping her, either, you know, if it's like working with exercise, it could be like a gym trainer or something like that, or if she's working with her beauty, it can be a fashion designer or a stylist of sorts. So I do feel that someone's going to come into her life to help her organize her ideas a bit more and take things one step at a time, rather than trying to do everything all at once and doing things quickly. And because of that, you know, a little bit all over the place, right? So I do feel that she will eventually reach a point where she will be a bit more stable, take things one step at a time. And earlier I mentioned something about a third path. So what I was talking about there, you know, here I was talking about different paths, different potentials, different ways that she could do something, right? And I was thinking more of a physical way, right? Thinking of, you know, maybe going left and right. But with the Hierophant, we're talking about this third path, which I'm talking about like the spiritual sense, right? So it's like, yeah, you can go left, or you can go right, or you can stand still and think about things differently, or view them differently. Or maybe instead of looking with your eyes, is look with your heart. That type of energy, right? It's bringing in that sixth sense, or bringing in this other point of view that is not really talked about because it's not as physical and as tangible as you know, seeing things from a spiritual sense will be, if that makes sense, because the Hierophant is usually seen as a spiritual leader. But yeah, there is a strong sense that she is moving forward. Also, with the Hierophant, we have number 5. So I think she's currently going through a period of change, and because of that, she could have some clashing energy or some conflict going on, because number 5 in tarot usually talks about like an obstacle or some sort of conflict that is supposed to be like a learning experience and a little bit more of growth towards the person experiencing that conflict and that change. So it's not necessarily something bad, it's just, that's just how things are, that's just how it works. Yeah, I do feel that there's just a sense of like leadership that she's going through. Hold up. Nothing bad necessarily, just different. Now, with that said, let's just go on to her career and figure out what's going on there. So, what's going on with Gaul's career? What's going on with her career? So what's going on with her career? Oh, that's good. So the first two cards that came out for Gaul's career, we have the full moon in Sagittarius with see the bigger picture, and we have a full moon in Libra with a win-win outcome is forecast. So with these two cards being full moons, it kind of shows that she is reaching the peak of her career. Okay, let me rephrase that. So, okay, full moons talk about the peak energy, right? They happen once a month usually. And it's supposed to show like a period where there's a lot of energy ready to go. It's kind of like so much energy has been saved and it's ready to be used, right? That's what I meant by peak. I'm not saying that she reached the peak of her career and that kind of shows like, oh, she can't go any higher from this. No, I don't mean that. I realized that that's probably how it came off, and I'm slightly embarrassed about that. I'm just kind of like, well, okay. But with these two cards, so I did mention about seeing the bigger picture earlier when I was talking about the Hierophant. So I do feel that maybe her current energy is leaning more towards her career rather than maybe other aspects of her life. But here we have whatever endeavor she's working on right now, or whatever issue or goal that she's focusing on, it seems like there's a bright future, or there's a good result ahead, if that makes sense. So it feels like something good is going to come out of it, right? Whatever she may be expecting, I don't know if it's going to be exactly how she had planned it, but it's going to work out at the end, right? I do feel that there's a sense of maybe having to compromise a little bit. So maybe it's all those things that she wanted something to be done quickly, but now she has to wait for things to kind of sort themselves out in order for some good results to come up. So maybe that could be the sense of like kind of like negotiating, or maybe just kind of having to come to like this middle ground of sorts. Now we have Sagittarius energy, so there's this sense of being optimistic, being broad-minded, being open-minded, or being open to like new ideas, new paths, or something like that, right? So again, those potentials that she's able to see, but maybe she doubts a little bit if that's the right way to go, or if that's the right thing to do. Life is kind of saying that in her career, she's going to have to continue opening her mind, continuing to see things differently. Sagittarius is very, it's ruled by Jupiter, which is a planet about expansion. It is a planet of, doing things bigger, bigger and better. I don't know about that, but definitely bigger. It can be, I don't know why exaltation was a word that came up. It's usually used in astrology to talk about when a planet is doing well in either a certain house or a certain sign, and then planets can be in fall, which kind of talks that they're kind of struggling with some sign or something, right? That's astrology. I do feel that maybe she's very interested in astrology. I just realized that the back of the tarot deck that I picked for her is, they have moons on the back, and these two cards are moonology cards, right? So I guess astrology is something that she finds very interesting. I do have another zodiac card, zodiac like oracle deck that I wanted to use, but I decided on this one, so I do feel that she could really be interested in it, and if not, at least her energy is, and that could be the reason why I'm talking about astrology so much. Anyway, going back, so I do feel that there's this sense of like something, there's she should stay positive and optimistic about her career, because good things are about to come, right? Jupiter is a very good fortune and like a lot of big, not necessarily wealth, but fortune, as in like a lot of good things coming into her life, right? And in her career, since that's the area we're focusing on right now, is what's going to be benefited. Now, there's this sense of, with seeing the bigger picture, I do feel that she kind of has to focus less on like maybe, how there's people that focus a lot on the past, or focus too much on the present, or focus too much on the future. I do feel that there's this sense of looking at the bigger picture, in the sense of being able to see her goal, but also being able to see where she's at, and also being able to see where she comes from. So putting all of those things together and like interchangeably live within all those three paths, if that makes, those three times spaces, if that makes sense. And also with seeing the bigger picture is that she doesn't, in order for her career to work, she needs to focus and make sure that she's always seeing where she's going at, what her goal is, to not forget what that goal is. I think that will definitely help her figure out how to find middle grounds, where she can like slack a little bit, and what she can prioritize herself in. And I don't know, my words are kind of jumbling up a bit, but yeah. there is this sense of like a lot of good things are about to happen. Justice will be served, or karma is coming her way. You know, karma usually has a negative connotation, but karma is just like if she did something good, good things are gonna come in. If something bad happened, you know, just cause and effect, right? So I do feel that the work that she's putting into her career is going to be greatly rewarded, and she's going to, you know, good fortune's gonna come to her for that hard work. So I don't see necessarily anything bad. Also, this Libra energy came up, so again, Venus energy kind of shows that she may be working on beauty, or, you know, maybe she's working on herself to be more beautiful, or maybe she's working on feeling more confident and more beautiful, or something along those lines. But let's get a little bit more detail. So what's going on with her career? Ow. Let's get more details. What's going on with her career? I do feel that something in her career is going to come into balance with that Libra card, or some justice will be served somehow, or it's like her efforts will be rewarded. Oh, beautiful. So we have the Ten of Cups reversed, which is kind of like, huh? But we have the Empress upright. So these are very good cards anyway. So with the Ten of Cups reversed, usually upright, it talks about, you know, feeling fulfilled or having like a happily ever after, you know, a happy family, a happy home, feeling satisfied, you know, a fairy tale type of ending. But with it being reversed, I do feel that maybe Gaeul will have to sacrifice a little bit of her, okay, not sacrifice her happiness, as she's going to be sad for the rest of her life. What I mean is that with this Ten of Cups, maybe she may have to sacrifice the quality time that she could have with her family or people she deeply cares about. I do feel this sense of maybe she doesn't have like the perfect ending or the perfect fairy tale happy ending. I do feel that maybe there's going to be some engagements or some commitments that she will have to depart from, something like that, right? Like maybe she may have made some promises to her family or people that she cares about of like, oh, we're gonna meet, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and she will have to sacrifice that time in order to focus on some other things. So that's why I feel like maybe she will not feel super emotionally fulfilled, because she will have to put, you know, sacrifice a little bit of her time or sacrifice a little bit of her of herself, if that makes sense. Like maybe, you know, she can't like split herself into little pieces and go do different things at the same time, right? Like she may have to sacrifice a little bit of her energy. Like there's something that she will have to give off in order to fulfill one of her goals. With the Empress, we have Venus energy for real on this one, and here there's this sense of someone that feels very satisfied, very happy. Usually talks about someone that's very confident. Usually the Empress is showing a person that is filled with fertility, so that's supposed to show someone that is very abundant, someone that's ready to manifest, someone that is, you know, willing to bring all this good fortune and is ready to like build more upon themselves, if that makes sense. Like I'm talking about her like if she was land, right? Like she's ready to plant some seeds and then see them blossom into the fruits of her labor, that kind of thing, right? So this Empress energy is kind of showing that there's a lot of abundance, that it's ready for her. It's ready for her in her career. Like maybe it's projects, if it's her to improve within her career, like those things are ready for her. Those things are going to happen, but there's still a bit more of a path that she has to go through. Yeah, some, you know, I do feel the biggest sacrifice will be time, right? She will have to put in a lot of time for this project to work, and because of that she may not be able to give so much time to the people she cares about or the people that she wished she could be there for. So I feel that's like the main sacrifice and the biggest regret she may have. But I do feel that in her career right now, that's her focus, and because of that, it makes sense why she will maybe not have the happiest of endings that she may have wanted, right? I do feel that she may feel a bit of guilt that she was not able to be there for the people she cares about, but I do feel that it was nothing that cannot be understood, right? She is going somewhere, and since she's going to get the results that she had wanted, I do feel that her people will be very understanding and will be like, we get why you couldn't be with us, you continue being great out there, you know. So now let's check the other area of her life, which is her love life. So what's going on with Gaeul's love life? Okay, hold up. 3 cards came out. I'll take them. Huge question mark. What's going on with Skull's love life? Taurus energy. She has such strong Venus energy. It's insane. Okay. So we have full moon in Libra. Find a balance. We have full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. We have first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. And then we have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so her love life issues are going on. Okay, not necessarily super bad things are going on. It's just that it definitely feels like there's a pause that needs to go on her love life, but it makes sense. Similar to okay, I know that I've noticed that for these younger groups that I'm reading for, a lot of the times when I reach their love life, it's always like, I'm focusing on myself, self-love, self-improvement, which I'm very grateful for. You know, they're very young. They should continue focusing on themselves. Why bother with other people right now? You know, get to know yourself before you share your energy with others. That's kind of like my main thing when they're so young. I say that as if I was an old lady, but I'm not an old lady. Or am I? Okay, I'm joking. But it makes sense why they're focusing on themselves. Especially with Gaeul. With her, we have gotten a lot of like, that has been like her whole reading so far. So it makes sense that in her love life, it kind of boils down to that, right? With fine balance and what is it? What was this one? Let your fears dissolve. It kind of shows that right now she's just trying to find balance within herself before she can reach any sort of partnership, like romantic partnership. I do feel that there's a lot of sense of like self-love in her love area. It definitely feels like right now she's focusing a lot on herself, on her confidence, on her sense of self-control. Okay, when I say self-control, I'm not saying that she's holding back. I'm saying that she's trying to regain control of her life and being like, okay, what can I do to make a change? What can I do to make things better? What can I do to get things going, right? I feel like that's what she's working on right now and what she's focusing on right now. What actions can she take in her life to start seeing some change or starting seeing like a plan towards her goals, right? Seems like that's what she's working on. But with release your blocks and let your fears be dissolved, I do feel that maybe she has, unlike other people that I've read for, I do feel that maybe with her, her love life has some blockages because she may have put those herself. You know those things like maybe she doesn't feel like she's deserving of a romantic partnership, or maybe she feels it's not the right time for a romantic partner, or she may be afraid that she only has time for, as the Ten of Cups showed, she only has time for her career right now, and also for herself. I do feel that those could be either some limiting beliefs or some, I guess, fears that she may have right now, that she may not be ready for love, or she may not be I thought of a song, or she may not be, in the right space and time to pay attention to love, romantic love in this case. But yeah, with fine balance, I do feel that there's still some things that she has to work on, and in that sense, it's a sense of self, being independent, self-care, self-love, and all of that. Like, that's her main focus right now. And it seems like confidence is one of the things that she's working on as well, and also finding a clear path on how to go about her goals, or how to move forward in her career, or whatever other goals she may have in life. Like, she's slowly figuring out how to work on that and how to reach those goals of hers, right? So with let your fears dissolve, release your blocks, I do feel that there's things that she has to take care about herself first before she can go on and have a romantic love life. But I do feel that she may be consciously blocking her love life and being like, yeah, don't even bring me any suitors or any courtships. I'm not about that right now. Right? She could be like, I'm focusing on some other things, so don't even bother me with that. Which, valid, makes sense. But with this woman in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. It definitely feels like again, this Libra and Taurus energy comes up again. It feels like right now she needs to ground herself a bit more, bring herself a bit more stability, again, center herself, balance herself, in order to be able to see how she can appropriately take action towards her goals and go about things in a way that makes sense for her. So I do feel that she at the moment is just healing herself with this Scorpio and this Cancer card. Feels like right now she's going very in depth, going through emotional transformations, going through this sense of drastic changes and flips and turns to figure out how she feels, how her heart feels, and then how to care for herself, how to nurture herself with this Cancer card. So I do feel that she's definitely taking care of herself. There's this sense of maybe she's doing some yoga or something like that. Before I started the reading, I was just shuffling the cards to prepare them for the reading, and the thing that happened was that I could smell medicinal alcohol. I think that's what it will be called, right? So I don't know if she was disinfecting a wound of sorts, or if she was trying to soothe her skin. You know, like oils that people use when they're about to like give themselves a massage or something. Something like, I don't know, maybe she was disinfecting her energy, and that's why I kind of got the smell of alcohol. Not drinking alcohol, by the way. I don't know what it was. Maybe it kind of reminded me when I was young, and if a part of our body was very like tired or fatigued, we will like massage ourselves with medicinal alcohol, and the smell was very soothing somehow. So I wonder if she was doing something like that, right? Trying to soothe her body, calm her soul with just the smell of self-care, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that self-care has to smell, but just the thought of it is enough. Anyway, so let's see. Any more details about Gaul's love life? Okay, so we have Justice reverse and we have the Sun reverse. Okay, the Sun is not a bad card, but I am going like ha 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 ha, because both of these cards are major arcana. So Justice reverse kind of shows that, again, there's this sense of she's out of balance. She is still bringing herself together. She's still working on herself. Also, Justice is a Libra card. Just putting that out there. Seems like, okay. Oh, and the Sun. I was about to talk about the Sun in astrology. One of the things that I've been kind of learning is that the Sun is kind of like everything that can be seen. Some people kind of do see the Sun as a sort of like destiny, right? The role that you've come here to play in this lifetime, right? The type of character you are becoming in this lifetime, right? I also see the Sun as like, you know, the energy that you're very aware of, or the energy that you kind of just the building blocks, the main building blocks of who you are, right? So I do feel that right now I'm talking about that because with that Justice card, and we have Libra here, we have it here, we have it here, we technically have it here too, and here. So I'm bringing that up, as well as Taurus energy. Here, where else? Technically here too. Right, but I was bringing that up because I do feel that right now she's trying to embrace that Libra energy. Someone that is very balanced, someone that is able to see different points of view, someone that is very eloquent, someone that is very good at, very charming when they're communicating to other people. I will know, I'm a Sun in Libra too. You know, she's trying to embrace this very beautiful energy. Libra is an air sign, so that's technically masculine energy, but still, since it's ruled by Venus, it's a very charming, very beautiful, very attractive type of energy. And I feel she's trying to embrace that, right? She's trying to embrace a sense of balance. She's trying to embrace a sense of, you know, naturally attracting people, you know, being pretty, being beautiful. She's trying to be used to that, being used to the attention that she could bring upon herself with embracing that side of her. And I do feel that with this Justice card reverse, that's part of the balance that she's coming within herself. Now, also with this Justice card, I do feel that she could be learning how to speak up, or learning how to think about things, you know, clearing her mind a bit better. Because with the King of Swords that we saw earlier in her current energy, that kind of felt like that was the main thing. She is learning how to think about things and how to clear her mind. So I do feel that that's what she's working on right now. But now we're talking about the Sun reverse. Usually, even if it's reversed, the Sun is still a pretty good card. So the Sun is about someone that's optimistic, someone that's embracing their inner child, so someone that's being very happy, very genuine, just enjoying life, you know, being very content. That's usually what it means in tarot, like in tarot cards. But I do feel that in this case, she is just trying to be more happy. She's trying to be more loyal to herself, if that makes sense, or more authentic of sorts. and being confident with that side of herself, you know, not being afraid. So in her love life, I do feel that those are the things that she kind of has to work on before she's able to approach a romantic partnership of sorts. So I do feel that, again, self-growth and self-development, they're the main things about her life right now. But let's go on to the last section of her reading, which are the healing messages. So what healing messages are going to come through? Let me take one more. Okay. So let's see. Last words for Gaeul's reading. Let's start with the frog. So with the frog spirit, we have clear out the clutter. Again, a lot of healing. So with clear out the clutter, it always makes me think of some spring cleaning, which we are in spring. So it kind of feels that life is definitely pushing her right now to take care of herself, pushing her to get rid of any limiting beliefs, any fears, any obstacles that could be holding her back from being who she truly is, being someone filled with love and happiness, and someone that is ready to just move forward and doing the best for herself, you know, someone that is ready to chug along thick and thin, you know, someone that is ready to just move forward. Seems like with this frog spirit, life is trying to give her the sphere of truth. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but this blue sphere made me think of the throat chakra, which talks about truth, talks about honesty, talks about communication, speaking up, and in a sense giving clarity to herself, you know, being able to communicate with herself in a sense. And all the green heart chakra, so that inner child happiness, you know, working from the heart space, so what truly brings her happiness, you know, that 10 of cups of sorts. So yeah, that's like the main topic for her in her reading, just I guess in her life right now. That's the hot issue right now. The other card that we have here is the Electric Eel Spirit with Bring Your Ideas to Life. It's reversed, so this kind of brought me back to your dreams in a practical plan. So I do feel that with this King of Swords reverse as well, right now Gaeul is in a sense of energy where she is thinking a lot of what to do and how to go about it, and because of that she may hold herself back sometimes because she can't think of like one way that things can be done, right? She can see all of possible paths, and because of that it's hard for her to just focus on one thing and go about it and get it done. So I do feel that this eel spirit is kind of here to tell her, you know, let's ground your ideas, let's bring all of those thoughts and all of those ideas and all that reasoning, let's bring it down into one coherent thought, right? It's like she may have pieces and bundles and lines going against each other, and life is trying to help her organize all of those thoughts, all of those desires, all of those goals, all of those pieces, and bring them together in a way where she can see the bigger picture, where she can see a clear path and be able to take action in a way that is beneficial for her because it makes sense, right? But yeah, let's go on to the next card. The last card that we have right here is the Antelope Spirit with Life is Speeding Up, but it's reversed. Now in this case it kind of shows that life is preparing her. So I don't think right now things are going quickly for her. Nothing is going too fast right now. But I do feel that with this Antelope Spirit, it's kind of showing her, or it's kind of saying that for her right now, there's still, you know, she's still in the preparation stages, right? She's still working on herself and preparing herself before she can start taking action, right? So what I'm trying to get at is that right now she can take action to work on herself. But there will be a point where life will just move all of her surroundings and all of her environment and the people around her to start pushing her forward into her life goals and start pushing her in her life purpose or her life path or whatever you may want to look at it or see it as. But yeah, this Antelope Spirit is kind of saying that eventually things are going to start things are going to start like picking up pace, right? And maybe right now it feels like everything's a bit too slow. Maybe the only direction that she can go through is to just focus on herself and on her body and on her ideas and on her actions and her speech. Like that's the only thing that she has control over right now. So maybe she's going through a period where she will be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but then she kind of goes like, oh, I don't find the right opportunity, I can't find the right people, I can't seem to go the right way. And I mean this physically, going down the right street or the right path or whatever. I don't mean this like in a figuratively way of like a life goal. So yeah, I do feel that maybe life may have put a lot of obstacles and a lot of paths where it has made her very hard to like move forward. Like she may feel like she's going against the current sometimes, but that's because life wants her to like slow down and focus on herself, because eventually things are going to start picking up, right? But right now the focus is on her to take care of herself, to love herself, to feel confident in her own skin, feel confident in her own body, feel confident with her thoughts, feel confident with her speech, with her actions, you know, be a lot more stable, so like that she can think about things clearly, being able to see things clearly, you know, be able to like have a clear mind before making decisions and taking action and speaking up, right? So I do feel that right now she may have a lot of ideas on how to do something, how to go about things, and life wants to like put her in a little box right now so she can focus on not only healing herself, but also focus on what her goals are and organizing those ideas before things can start manifesting. So even though there's a lot of good things waiting for her in her career, there could, you know, there's a lot more things that could happen in her life that are slowing down right now. Like it could go even faster, but things are still slowing down a bit because she's not like in the right space, in the right minded space as well, to make things just work even faster. I do feel that life may be like moving pieces here and there and organizing the cosmic energy for things to happen. So that's why things will eventually start picking up. So I'll leave that there. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you find this interesting or find this fun. I thought this was very funny just to see all the Taurus and Libra energy that just constantly came up. And I don't know. I think that's a very funny synchronicity, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys thought that was interesting. To me, it's interesting. I just take out the cards, and then when it randomly happens like that, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if I didn't see it the first time, they made sure I will see it the other like 2 or 3 times that it came up, right? But yeah, message was not missed, or I hope not. Maybe there was something else that I didn't say that will come to me later. Who knows? Something that happens, right? Anyway, I'll leave that there. I'll see you in the next one, or whenever that is. I am going in H order with IVE. Now I will. I usually go leader and then H order. Usually the oldest one is the leader, but if that's not the case, that's how it goes. So yeah, the next person you guys will see, I will bring that person eventually. You know, don't lose hope. I'm going slow and steady, turtle pace, but we're getting there. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you. Thank you so much for watching, and